Hi, 大家好，我係 Marguerite and welcome to my little Cantonese corner. So today I thought I would do just a little bit of drill or practice work based on the last video I did on sentence particles. So if you've seen that video, this is a follow-on with just some examples and some practice. So the first one that I've got up there is going to ask, it's like a little mini conversation. Imagine you're talking to a little kid and you're asking them, him or her, how old they are. So the first thing you would probably say is 幾多歲啊? And that's using the because remember the goes with the who, what, where, when, why, and how words. And 幾多 is how much or how many. So 幾多歲 is how old are you? And 幾多歲啊? The at the end is your question particle. So imagine that the little girl or boy doesn't say anything. And so you're going to ask the question a different way. And that is to, maybe you're going to guess that they're 3 years old, and you're going to put the ma at the end to ask your question. So you're stating 3歲嘛, right? Which would be 3 years old. And you know, in English, your voice typically would go up, but remember in Cantonese, it can't go up on the so because it would change the word. So you're going to add the ma at the end to make that a question. So you'd say 幾多歲啊? No answer, so 3歲嘛? 3歲嘛? 3 years old? And maybe then they answer 係我3歲, right? Yes, 係我3歲. And then they might say 你呢? 你呢? So remember the ne is your economizing particle, and I think I forgot to put the little accent mark on the top meaning first tone, the ne, Leila, which means and you, without having to ask and how old are you? You can just say Leila, meaning and how about you? Okay, so that's the first example using the ma, and ne. So another one I thought would be, what if you're asking somebody to go and eat dinner or have a meal? That would be this one, ho. 去唔去食飯? For your question, right? And the again goes with your question words like who, what, when, where, why, and how, and also goes with verbs using the construction, the go, not go, eat dinner or eat a meal. 去唔去食飯啊? Okay? And maybe they don't hear you, so they're going to ask you what, and the what is the 乜嘢? And the at the end goes with that what word, right? 乜嘢啊? Or sometimes they'll just abbreviate it to 咩啊? 咩啊? Or 乜嘢啊? And then you're going to ask a question, but you're going to do it in a different way. And you're going to use the ma at the end here. So you just simply state 去食飯. Let's go eat. Ma makes it a question. So 去食飯嘛? Right? Asking, do you want to go eat? And they say 好, okay, 好, or good, great idea. 好, and 我去, I'll go. Or I go, but I'm going. So 好, 我去. 佢哋呢? Again, I forgot. 呢? 佢哋呢? How about them, right? You're economizing particle for 呢. How about 佢哋? 佢哋 is they or them. So again, this one would be 去唔去食飯啊? 乜嘢啊? 去食飯嘛? 好，我去。佢哋呢? Okay? So I hope that was just a little practice using our ma, and le. And I also want to introduce that next time, in my next video, I'm going to go into more depth about more of our sentence particles, because there are quite a lot of them. And one very useful one that's used everywhere is la. So you probably hear this a lot even in English, where especially I've heard in Singapore they use the la a lot when they're speaking. And so I just kind of put on the board I love these, you can move them up. And so here I put the la that we'll do next time. I'll go into more depth, but I thought it was quite interesting because the definition of la is a request, a mild command, or reluctant acceptance. And this is so true. I posted in one of the comments on the past video, a taxi in Hong Kong actually has a license plate, okay la. And if you say it like that, like okay la, the la does mean that reluctant acceptance. I don't really want to do it, but or that la. If you hear people say that, it's like, oh, fine, okay. But the la has the meaning of, I don't really want to do this, or it's not really okay, but fine, I'll accept it, or something. A request or a mild command also uses the la, like ho la. Like for example, in our this one, Homo Sick Fan,乜嘢啊？去食飯嘛? And he's like, 好啦，我唔去，我唔去，去啦. You could say that to try to convince them to go. And then they might say, ah, that la. So it's the same la being used, but again, the first one was like a request, ho la, and then ho la or that la, reluctant acceptance, also using the la. So it is true, the la is used quite a lot. So look forward to my next video when I'll go talk more about the la and some of the other sentence particles that are super useful in conveying emotion and feeling and questions. Alrighty, have a good evening. I'll see you later. Bye.